Hello my friends, Boomy here once again with another video for you, my gaming brothers and sisters. How's everyone doing today? Well, not a galaxy far, far away. How's everyone doing today? I hope you all are doing well. Friends, we are right. We were right once again. All conspiracies have been turned out to be true. It is a fact. Friends. More sad tales coming out of BioWare, and as you guys remember, I did a video about this not too long ago. About the breaking news that came from Smash JT and Grumps over there on the internet and on YouTube, that not only did Corrine Bush leave, the game director, the one in charge, the one responsible for Failguard, but also that she had left, or he had left, I don't know. They left. Right? People were like, no, they didn't. Well, yeah, they left. And the other rumor was that BioWare Edmonton was going to shut down. Now, we don't know one. That is still a rumor, but the EA quarterly earnings call is going to be today as you are watching this video, so stay tuned here as we will discuss that, because I'm sure it's going to be juicy. But yes, we were right. BioWare, it's not what it used to be. It definitely isn't. It has laid off a little bit over 20 employees, and from what I've been hearing, almost the entire writing staff that did Veilguard is now gone. And yeah, we were right again. So all those people are like, no, Boomy, they're not. Stop shilling for a game that failed. Just stop. But anyways, let's get into an article that explains all this right here. Now, this is from Gadgets 360 because I thought they had the fairest point of view. Some articles got a little fishnickety about things and weren't happy and were kind of surprised sounding with this stuff. But this says BioWare downsized to less than 100 employees after layoffs, relocations reports by Manis Mittal. Now here we go. It says BioWare, the studio behind Dragon Age and Mass Effect, has reportedly been hit with layoffs and relocation, downsizing to less than half of its size from 2 years ago. The developer is said to have laid off over 20 employees and permanently moved several others to different teams across the parent company, Electronic Arts. The development follows a studio update from BioWare last week that said it was shifting its focus to the next Mass Effect title and had matched a number of its staffers to other teams at EA over the last few months. Now I know there are the cope mongers out there, the shills out there who are just like not sure what has happened, but Veilguard failed to reach any of its projections at all. It just didn't. It had its first peak, right? About 70,000 congruent people on Steam doing its thing. But then once people started playing the game and seeing what it was all about, they quickly left and it dried up. And before the month was done, BioWare came out and announced there will not be a DLC. That is never good. That is your first telltale sign that this game has flopped when they're not going to do a DLC. Because I guarantee you, if this game sold gangbusters and people were like raving and like so excited about it, there would be a DLC after DLC because it's freaking Dragon Age. That's why. But yeah, people waited 10 years for this, right? Because people loved Dragon Age. Dragon Age was awesome sauce. This is the OG. And then they brought in people who don't actually care about gaming, but care more about activism and what they want to shove down your throats. And that's when they made a game and they destroyed it. They should have just kept the Dreadwolf. This game went underneath a lot of developer hell and switching around until they finally got enough pieces together, put it out there, and then blamed us, the people who buy these things, that it was our fault. Oh well. It continues, layoffs at BioWare, according to the Bloomberg report, which I thought was hilarious because it was written by Jason Schreier, who made fun of people making fun of Veilguard, and now he's eating his own hat at the moment. Published Friday, says dozens of BioWare employees who were initially loaned out to other teams at EA after the launch of Dragon Age: The Veilguard were informed last week that their moves were now permanent. The loaned out staffers were no longer BioWare employees, the report claimed, citing people aware of the matter and were instead absorbed at EA Studios they had been shifted to. The reorganization also saw around 24 other BioWare employees laid off, the report said. With the permanent relocations and job cuts, BioWare has now reportedly been downsized to less than 100 employees. The studio was over 200 people strong in 2023. And a couple years before that, it was 400. BioWare has been hit with flop after flop after flop. From Mass Effect Andromeda, which I honestly and personally kind of liked that game. I liked that one. I see what they were trying to do with that game, but it just didn't land. And then they had Anthem, a game that I thought had great potential. I loved it. I reported on it. I spent money on it. And then I really think they should have gotten a 2.0. I really think it should have. The potential was there, but EA said no. And you know what? It is what it is. But that was another flopperoozel right there. And the same thing has happened to Dragon Age The Veilguard, another massive flop. Right now, BioWare is just hemorrhaging money. That's what they're doing. And which is unfortunate because BioWare used to be a great studio that gave us great games that were steeped with good storytelling immersion principles. Oh yeah, and also BioWare lost Star Wars The Old Republic to Broadsword. So it's not looking good at BioWare. Now, luckily with Mass Effect, and I'm going to start looking into more of this Mass Effect stuff. We'll report it here because I'll be intrigued to see what happens because it's still in pre-production right now. But a lot of the people working on it are old school veterans of Mass Effect who worked on the first games. So hopefully that is a good thing. Hopefully BioWare is learning its lessons. Listen, my heart goes out to all the people affected by this. Those people who were fired and let go and laid off. But this is part of the industry. This is how business works. I know there are people like, I can't believe they did it. How can they do it? That makes billions of dollars. Well, here's the thing. If you create a product that no one wants, if there's not money coming in from that product, which helps pay for the bills and everything, BioWare isn't just given money by EA to keep things on when it doesn't make money. Now, yes, sometimes that's investment cost because EA and whatever parent company does this for other studios is looking to recoup that cost, recoup that investment. It makes sense. Welcome to business. But for the most part, they are leaning on the earnings they make from that product to come in to pay the paychecks and keep the lights on for everyone there. And if that product isn't doing that, like the Veilguard for the most recent example, they're not going to be able to afford it. And at the same time, you're seeing companies do this now. They're trying to cut and trim the fat away and get rid of some of the stuff that is really destroying their games. Now, we did talk about Corinne Bush. Like we said, she is over there supposedly, but we're seeing some sources from Wizards of the Coast saying that, yeah, she made it over, but they haven't really announced it yet, and how people aren't really happy about that. Going over to their little splinter company, Skeleton Key, which is pretty much primarily made up of a lot of BioWare ex-employee, I believe being head by Christian Daly, who I believe we all know from the SWTOR world and other games as well. So it should be interesting to see what the new game director over there, Corinne Bush, has to do and how they're going to destroy, well, another game. Listen, we just want games we can play and we can fall in love with. We just want games that we will have fun. We just want games where people aren't beating us over the head with some type of agenda here or there. We just want to get lost. We want to disconnect from the real world that's happening around us and enjoy a good game. That's all we want. That's all we want. There you go. Have it. There you go. I can be a game director. Guys, just make something people want to play, okay? Okay, done, boss. There you go. Let the billions roll in. Anyways, my friends, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on all these things. What do you think the EA earnings call is going to say? What do you think the future of BioWare Edmonton will be? And do you have any hope for Mass Effect 5? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button, share button, and that bell notification button. The more we get, the more you do with this video, well, the bigger reach we get. And hey, if you want to see videos first, you want to get some more inside peeks, you want to get a monthly podcast, why don't you think about becoming a member to the channel? You get all those things, maybe, and more. Or more, and I don't know. Do the thing! Anyways, my friends, make sure you hit that subscribe button, become part of the family here at Boomie Nation, the Freak Show YouTube, the black sheep of gaming. And as always, my friends, learn to be kind. It's about community, and don't forget to spay and neuter your Mass Effects. We'll see you later, my friends. Good day. Simply the best. Epic tales on